Yep, that's it. Okay, we're going to be in Romans chapter 3. Okay, we'll pray. Lord, thank you for this day and thank you for your word, Lord. Thank you that we can look to it and look to you and learn more about you, Lord. Thank you. Amen. There it is. Wait a minute. Okay, Romans 3, verse 1. What advantage then has the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou might be justified in thy saying, and might overcome when thou art judged. But if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of God, what shall we say? Is God unrighteous, who takes vengeance? I speak as a man. God forbid, then, how shall God judge the world? If the truth of God has no more abounded through my lie unto his glory, why yet am I judged as a sinner, and not rather as we be slanderously reported? And some affirm that we say, let us do evil that good may come, whose damnation is just. So we have God is righteous. God's righteous, and we are not. We can't. We are not righteous before. We are not righteous before a righteous God. And no matter what we do, we can't do things righteously in our own ways. So, yeah. So we'll go to Psalms 11. Psalm 11. Psalm 11, we'll start with verse 1. In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. The Lord tries the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hates. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loves righteousness. His countenance does behold the upright. So God is righteous, and he goes and he helps those that are with him. He loves the righteous and hates wickedness. And he does all these things for us and protects us and helps us. And when we can put our trust in him, he is righteous. We'll go to Psalm 145. Verse 1. I will extol thee, my God, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day I will bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy work to the other, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty and of thy wondrous works. Men shall speak of the might of thy terrible acts, and I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger and great of mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Lord, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom, and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty act, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and thy dominion endures throughout all generations. The Lord upholds all that fall, and raises up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou opens thy hand and satisfies the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, and holy in all his works. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. The Lord preserves all them that love him, but the wicked he will destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. So the Lord is righteous, and we should declare his righteousness and his greatness and holiness to those that are to come. We should look to him, how great and mighty and righteous that he is. And we should teach the next generation about God. Make sure that we teach them about God, and teach them about how wonderful he is, and how much he looks out for us, and what he does, and what he has done for us, what we've come out of, and what he does. So we'll go to 1 Samuel chapter 2. First Samuel chapter 2, verse 1. And Hannah prayed and said, My heart rejoices in the Lord. My horn is exalted in the Lord. My mouth is enlarged over mine enemies, because I rejoice in thy salvation. There is none holy as the Lord, for there is none beside thee, neither is there any rock like our God. Yes, Hannah's prayer that as she's rejoicing in God, rejoicing that He is our salvation, that He is holy. There is none besides Him, none beside Him. There is none equal to Him. There is none like Him, and He is our rock, our firm foundation that we can stand on, that we can place our hope and trust and anchor in Him. Isaiah 6. Isaiah 6, verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and His train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphim, each one had 6 wings, and twain he covered his face, and twain he covered his feet. With the twain did he fly. And one cried unto another, and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. And the posts of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. The angels themselves declaring how holy God is, not just once, but 3 holies, the thrice holy God, that they would worship and declare how holy and righteous God is. 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Second Corinthians 5. Second Corinthians 5:21. For He has made Him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in Him. We are not righteous on our own. Do not have our own righteousness. We're only righteous because of the sacrifice the sacrifice of Jesus, because of what He accomplished on that cross, and that He rose again. He gave to the Jews His word. They worshipped and loved God. They had His word, but they're human. We can't follow God's word properly like it's supposed to be. God's word is meant for a reason. It's good. His law, His word, it's all good. It's great, but we can't follow it on our own accord. We can't follow it, and we need Him. And His death on the cross gave us the ability to be right with Him. The Old Testament shows that even though they had God with them and all the advantages that they had the word of God, they had it all, but yet they couldn't follow it either. They couldn't do it. But we worship God, and He is righteous, and He's given us the ability to be right with Him. Philippians 3. Philippians 3, verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Christ. Yea, doubtless, and I counted all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Christ Jesus my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Christ, and be found in Him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through faith of Christ, the righteousness which is of God by faith, that I might know him and the power of his resurrection, and the fellowship of his suffering, being made conformable unto his death, if by any means that I might obtain the resurrection of the dead. So here's Paul saying that all the things in which he had gained, he was dedicated to God, had learned under all the different teachers, all the things he did to try to obey God, and all the things that he did, all the things he accomplished in life came to nothing. He needed Christ. He counted all those things, but all the things he accomplished as loss in his life, because nothing is more important than Christ. Nothing but having Christ and being right with God, the righteousness that we have because of Christ's death, and not anything else, and being made more like him all the time. Romans chapter 1. Romans 1:16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to every one that believes, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed, from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Yes, we have the gospel, the power the power that there is in the death and resurrection of Christ, and that Christ had shown the righteousness of God by what he did. That we needed his death, that he needed to come and live the life that we couldn't do to fulfill everything, and we couldn't do it. You couldn't send a man to go do it. He had to come down and do it himself, and to show the righteousness of God, that we can be made right, and that we can truly live by faith. We'll go to 1 Peter chapter 2. First Peter 2:21. For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that you should follow his steps, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth, who, when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself that judges righteously, who his own self bare our sin in his own body on the tree, that we, being dead to sin, should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes you were healed. For you were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop of your souls. Yes, so we have the suffering of Christ, the death of Christ, that he suffered that, and yet he could have called down angels from heaven. He didn't have to suffer it, but he wanted us to have the opportunity to be right. So he suffered it willingly. Him who will judge the whole world, who made the whole world, holds our breath in his hands, but yet he came down and suffered for us, that we can be made right. He is righteous. He shows the righteousness of God and who God truly is. and that he bore all that in his body that we could be made right with him, and that although we go astray, that he's there to bring us back, to help us through. So throughout Romans, it teaches a lot of doctrine for the first little bit before it teaches application. So teaching the Romans, kind of showing them what the word says. So teaching them the doctrine. Then after a while, it starts. Paul likes to do that. He likes to do that. He likes to teach a lot of doctrine in the beginning, and then teach application after that. So just depends upon where, as far as which letter he's writing. So yes. So Jews had everything. Had everything. They had his word. They had God. They had everything they needed. But like us, they need Christ. They need to have the Holy Spirit with them. We can't do this without the Holy Spirit being with us. We have God with us, and it all starts with Christ. We have Christ shows the righteousness of God and how righteous and holy God is. So we'll pray. Lord, thank you for your word, Lord. Thank you that we can look to it and that you are holy and righteous and that we are not, Lord. We can't do this without you. And so, Lord, please help us and guide us. Please guide the service to come, and may your words be spoken, Lord. Just thank you, Lord, for all that you have done and all that you will do in our lives. Help us, Lord. Thank you. Amen.